Hello guys, this is Christian and you are welcome back to the Don't Have channel. Alright, so today is an amazing day, right? As you can see, we are about to create amazing app that can run everywhere, right? So then at this time of recording, the next 4 days we are going to release a chat app, right? Which I would like to first go through some basics with you today, right? So today's date is 13th of December, right, 2022. So if you are listening to me in the future, then please check it out. The app is out, and then you can learn how to build real-world applications, right? So here I want to just take you through some of the basic things because we might not be able to cover everything at that stage, right? So when we say React Native, it's basically a framework, right, which helps us to build apps which can run on both iOS and then Android and then also web, right? It helps us to use JavaScript to build applications on all the platforms, right? So that is the main idea. So when you say React Native, it's just a framework which helps us to use JavaScript. So if you are from a JavaScript background, then this is going to be an easy one for you. But then don't worry, if you are not, I'll still take my time and then take you through. So as you can see here, we have quick start, right? So we are going to start, and then whilst we are programming, I will start showing you one or two things that you need to know about React Native. Alright, so it says npm I for install dash global. So you have to first install the Expo CLI. But before then, you inside React Native you have the bare application. You also have the Expo application. The bare application simply is like that is the actual language, right? But then the Expo is pre-built, like they've already done some codings and package it, so you are just going to call the packages and use them, right? So we are going to use Expo because it's much easier and simpler from just right from coding up to uploading it to Play Store and all those stuff. So we are going to install the Expo CLI, right? So in my command line, you can install it everywhere. So you just type npm or simply just copy this and paste it inside your command line, and then cancel. So npm install, let me check it out. Installing global, so dash g and then CLI, Expo CLI, right? Expo dash CLI. So when you are done, you just press enter and it will install it for you. I'm not going to do that because I've already installed it, right? So I'll just leave it there. So once you are done installing that one, then you can create an app, right? So here you are going to create a beautiful app, don't worry. But then I want to just take you through some of the principles, right? Oh, my dog is worrying, but don't worry, let's continue. I'll check up when I'm done. Once we are done installing the CLI, what we will do is we will now create our app, right? So you can just copy what is here, copy it, and then you will now navigate to anywhere or any directory you want to create the app. So I will just go to my desktop, right? And then I want to create, so make there, I want to create a folder called demo, right? Oops, what's happening? So you just let me go there, right click, and say demo, chat demo, right? So chat demo, yeah, I think this is fine. So let's navigate to chat demo. So chat, oops, not here, chat, so cd chat, oops, sorry, chat demo, right? Yeah, so as I said, I've already done the videos for the chat app. That's what has been worrying me here. Don't worry, you'll get to know that one. If you are listening to me in the future, then please go and just engage on the video, share the link, and then let's know your comments on them. All right, if you have any stuck and you want us to help you, just put it in the comment section. We will just return to you as quickly as we can, right? So now let's try to now paste our corporate distance here, right? So let's start. So npx create expo app, right? And then my app. So we want to just give it a name, right? So we are trying to create an app. So what name do you want us to give it? So let's give it don't have chat, or let's say demo chat. So demo chat. All right, and let's press enter. So this is going to take a while to install, right? And I'm going to pause the video now and check out on my dog, and I'll come back and we continue. All right, so as I said, we are back, and as you can see, we've been able to install the project, right? So let's look at some few things here. So say your project is ready, right? To run your project, navigate to the directory and run one of the following commands, right? So cd to your demo chat. So let's type cd demo chat, right? Just don't want to type everything. Okay, let me try not to be greedy. So cd demo chat, right? Oops, cd demo what's happening? So what is really happening? Okay, so cd chat, oops, cd chat, so chat dash demo. All right, so we are now in the directory we installed it, right? Because I think I unintentionally, went back, right? So now we can type cd demo chat, right? Here we go. So after that, it says run npm run 100. You have to run it on your 100 emulator, right? But then don't worry, we are not going to use all of these things. So if you don't know them, don't worry. We are going to use our smartphones, right? I hope you have a smartphone too. Yes, relax. We are going to use our smartphone. So I'm going to take you through how you can use your smartphone to build your app, right? Yeah, that's the right word I want to use. Okay, so quickly let me take you through. So you go to Play Store, right? So Play Store, and then you are going to search for Expo. So alright, so this is the app I'm talking about. So you just search for Expo, and then now I've already installed it, so you just have to install yours, right? So once you are done, let me scroll to mine. So mine is here. This is Expo, right? So let me clear this one. So this is my Expo, right? So now let's continue. So we are going to now type yarn start to start our Expo here, but then first let's open it on our code editor, and I'm using Visual Studio Code. You can check it out. Just search for Visual Studio Code download or something. Yeah, this is it. So download. Alright, so as you can see, based on your machine you are using, whether you are using Windows, Linux or Mac, you can download it. It's very easy, right? So I'm going to use that, and then let's open it on our VS Code. Alright, so as you can see, this is how the setup looks like, right? Yeah, so we have our assets folder. We talk about this folder later. We have our models folder. We have our app.js. We have the app.json. We have the bell config. We have the package.json, and then so basically we are going to take you through them as we move on, right? But then, as the name implies, assets is for storing images, and then let me say audios and stuff, animations and the rest. So we are going to store them here, and then our node module will contain our the installed dependencies, right? So this is how it looks like by default. So let's run it and see. So if you open your app.json, you see here we are getting stats here. So you can use stats, you can use 100. So Expo stat will work, and then Expo stat dash 100 will work, but then we are going to use yarn stat because we are using yarn. When you use Expo stat, it's either going to use yarn or npm, right? So I'm going to use Expo stat and then press enter. It's going to run it for us. Alright, so as you can see, we've been able to run it, and then the metro is waiting on, it has given us the port that is waiting on. So it says press A to open it and remove it. No, we are not going to use any of them. But then what we do is you go to our Expo app, right? And then as you can see here, you have scan QR code, right? You are going to tap on it. So now we are going to scan this right here on our app. So you scan. So let's wait for it. As you can see at the bottom here, we have download bundling, right? And as you can see right here too, we also have some loading indicator here, loading, right? So green here, so it's loading. Alright, so it's downloading, and as you can see on my mobile, as you can see, you have open app.js to start working on your app, right? I hope if you also follow the same process, this is exact thing you are going to see, right? So now let's open our app.js here. Let me show you some couple of things here. So as you can see, this is the message that is displaying on our app, right? So here we've imported some stuff here. You have status bar, you also have style sheet, text, view, and then here we are using the view and all this stuff. So let me quickly take you through some of the things you can see here, right, before we move on. So the status bar is like, it's helping us to, you see at the top, if you can look at my phone at the top there, so right where the data, normally the data, and then the battery, and then all the stars are displayed, informations are displayed. That is where the status bar is. Now you place it at auto, right? So it depends on how your phone looks. If the content, you don't want the contents of the app to be under or beneath that, then you are going to use the status bar. Let me try it and then show you what I mean. Let me comment these things out, right? Let me save it. So as you can see on my phone, with the help of, okay, so for now I've disabled it, but then when we are moving on, you will realize that some of the cases, the text we are seeing on our mobile app won't be here, but then it will be up. So it will be at where you can see the dates and then some notifications at that position. It will be at that place, which is might not be what we need, right? So that's why we brought in the status. So don't worry, I'll take you through much of them when we start building something, right? So for now, you can delete it, and then let's uncomment these ones. Okay, so aside that, if you see, we have some view and then text here. So if you are coming from a web background, you do know about p tags, h tags, and then devs, right? So all those, so the text you are seeing here is like a p tag, right? But then here we don't have p tag, h tag. Once you want to write words or something, you just have to use the text, right? So based on your stylings, that will let it appear as a header or a normal plain tag, right? And then you can see view here. View is like a container. So I'm still saying, if you are from the web development background, then you know something about devs, right? So dev, you know, there is right here. That is a view, right? That is the same thing here. But then we don't use view devs because we are using Expo, right? So the dev you use there here we are using view because view is like, let me write control and then click on it. So it's like a class they've created, right, based on another class, and then they've used it to design this container for us. So we are going to use the container often, right? So you can give it a style. So as you know, style equals and then styles dot container. So the styles is like a container we are storing our styles in it, and we are using style sheet to create the platform for us to be able to apply styles on this application, right? So we now know the importance of style sheet. So it's just helping us to create these styles, right? Then we are calling this container here, so it styles the container to apply it to it. So you can see the effects on my phone. So red, see, it have changed it to red. So let me change it back to white, right? So that's it. And then inside here we have some images, right? So these are the basic images or default images, the splash screen and all those stuff. We talk about them and then also work our hands on them. So for now, you can see you can give some text, right? And then let me say hi guys, save it. As you can see, it has appeared there. You can add some styles here. So styles, oops, right? You see in web development you have inline styles, right? So you can also write them here instead of writing them down below, right? So here you can give it a color of, let's say, blue. Oops. It's supposed to be in a string blue, and as you can see the color have changed to blue. You can increase the font size to, let's say, 20. Wow, so you see it's working here. You can also increase the font weight to, let's say, bold. All right, you see it's working there. Then we can also bring it down there, so cut, and let me say styles dot text, right? So let me save it and bring it down here. Oops. So down here I can see text, and then I'll paste it here and it will still work, right? So now we know something about them, and then these are our normal styles in web development. Please, if you have no idea about divs, tags, semantics, and then those styles, don't worry, check up on our page. We have HTML tutorials on them. You can go through them, and it's actually very easy, right? It's very easy. It will help you to understand what you mean right here, right? So I want us to do a couple of things here, right? So but before then, let me also take you through some stuff. So when you come here, you are going to be coming here often here and here often, because this is where you are going to base on, our app is going to base on and then run, right? So here we at the top here we have name, which is demo chat, which is the name of our project, and then we also have a version which is 1.00, the version of our project. We have the main, which is the model Expo app entry. It's a file inside our model node models, right? So here too we have the script. Here is how you can run our apps, right? And then here we have the dependencies. The dependencies is the packages we are using on the app, right? As I said, Expo is React Native is framework, right, which is helping us. So the packages we are going to be using is what is going to be displayed here. So as you can see, you have the Expo. I told you Expo is as another cover on top of the framework of which is React Native, right? And then the status bar I deleted is right here, right? And we also have React and then React Native. So as you can see at the top here, we are using React Native here, and then the status bar is here, right? So and then here we have a dev dependency, and then our private project is a private one, right? All right, so that is basically what is there. So whenever we install something, you can come here and check whether it's properly installed it is properly installed, it will be shown here, and then the version at which it was installed will be assigned to it, right? Now I want to drink some water because I'm actually dry, right? So basically that is what we are going to be doing, and then often you will see me using some shortcuts, right? Let me show you something right here. So you click on your settings, and then you come to configure user snippet, right? And then you search for JavaScript, click on it. This is what I'm going to be using. See, I've created some templates here, function component, that is the actual name, and I've prefixed it with RNFC, right? And then I have the body of it, so don't worry, I'll leave this down below the link, so you can just copy and paste it here, and then you can go with me. So you will see me often just type in RF, and then I'll just type this, and I'll get a blank template, which is this, right? But don't worry, we've not gotten to there yet, but then it's part of the setup, so I think there is a need for me to show you, right? So I would like to pause the video here. Now we've set up, so in the next video I will explain things to you, how we can just practice, just put our hands on a lot of tasks. Then you will meet at the main app, right? The chat app. Don't worry, you are going to enjoy it. If you haven't joined this community, please kindly click on the subscribe button, join this community. Thank you. See you next.